Your number one internet radio station.
And you know this, man.
Yeah, that was Plan B with Who Needs Actions. Big up producer Rage, smoking on something nice and on the red stripe. Big up Kevy the artist locked in from Jamaica. Big up Peter Longstaff. Next up, I've got Get with Artillery, and this is a personal favourite of mine.
I'm a marksman, but they ain't marking me physically. I'm a pace setter, so I'm starting it instantly. Artillery. 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 So it's hard to get rid of me. Militant man with a brilliant plan. I might plead the innocent hand. That's a William scam, but the only William can pull it off. I can pull off a trillion, fam. No fluke, no incident. Don't you ever think the only kid of his cam. Artillery. So it's hard to get rid of me. Niggas say I'm a marksman, but they ain't marking me physically. I'm a pace setter, so I'm starting it instantly. Artillery. 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 So it's hard to get rid of me. Militant man with a brilliant plan. I might plead the innocent hand. That's a William scam, but the only William can pull it off. I can pull off a trillion, fam. No fluke, no incident. Don't you ever think the only killer is cam. I'm sick of a stick than Sam when he's chasing a body, letting off a shotgun. Niggas another hot when it's curry. They better hurry. Dum sitting dummies. Unlucky. I'm old school like a runny. Jump on the stage when I spit, but I don't need that to duppy. Shows. And I'm nobody's hubby. So if you see me with a slutty, you know it's a quick one like come we go. Back to the war, so many enemies on my case that I can't relax anymore. They're all talking, nobody's telling me to my face, maybe because I'm carrying a sword. Dead men walking a cemetery of rapes, I'm engaged to my gun, so I'm marrying a whore. Non-stop letting off when I draw black bags outside like a charity store. But there ain't no closing them, just bodies with holes in them. 1, 2, 3, loads of them. 4, 5, 6, casket closed for them. 7, 8, 9, let me reload again. I'm stone cold, my face ain't got no emotion, and my foes know when it comes to the beef I'm Sub-Zero, cause they're on a frozen ting. Hands in the air when the man never appears. Sometimes I wake up like damn my career. I'm school trying to ransom affair. There ain't a man that I fear, cause I can make a man disappear for a grand. But you're weird, this man that would do that gladly. Keep going on like you don't actually care, and I swear they'll have your whole family scared. You see the insanity clear. Picture that like a gallery queer. Foresee the future, or see the shoot. Surely remove ya brain out the back of your head for feeling super. Like nothing can't then clock it. Well, I be the type to attempt. I'm Lex Luthor, or step to ya. World domination, get used to the fact that I'm back, and I'ma let loose an atomic bomb the size of St. Lucia. Wait, that's an exaggeration, but when it comes to my gun, it's masturbation, it's busting. And if you don't know, I'll fill a nigga in like an application. This ain't American X, but his teeth on the curb, now slack the pavement. I go on like I can't wait to die. Yeah, well, I ain't never had any patience. Man, they be waiting outside in a car, niggas outside of your yard. I got man parallel, diagonal and adjacent, all angles. And I got tricks up my sleeve like I've been pulled dangles. I don't give a shit how many niggas you're with, prick the rule candles. I light them up like a lighter does. Your defense ain't saying one. Nah, Cool Campbell and Rio Ferdinand, but don't think that G won't murder man. I'm like, fam, this ain't an act, it's all actual shit that I've done, shit that I did, shit that I'm gonna do, shit that I think. Some man, I'm putting it on, it's not a too natural. Stop all the bad boy poses, none of you are bad boys know this. You can put a scar in the face and bass in the voices, but we know you're still moist, bitch. Beef, I'd rather avoid it. It's pointless, but I've been poisoned by the man that I've been living in. Man, I run a killing thing like we live where the oil is. My blood's boiling, man wanna wake me up, but I've already been anointed. So my only choice is take this shit like a toilet, or I go hard like a coin is. Send them, I'm in deep like oysters. I'm looking at certain man, and I can see what the roids did, but I'm not gonna take that route. Skinny nigga with the 8-pack, How? Head to knees, then lay back down 150 times a day. It's hard to maintain that. Wow. Pump up, tone up, weights in the gym. Gun like a donut straight in the chin. Dumb fucks roll up, waving a ting. One bus hold up, blazing the wind. Never hit anyone or anything. Never hit anything or anyone. Okay, check 1, 2, gun to the head. Payback's a bitch. I ain't one to forget. So I'll spray that and split. When forensics got to the scene and saw the wounds, they said it must be a tech. Yeah, must be a tech. Name's GH and I'm fucked in the head.
That was Gets with Artillery. Big up Kevy the artist saying this is some boss shit on some different shit, bro. Big up him from Jamaica locked in. Him and all of his guys. Big up Peter Longstaff, Cy Smithson, Gillyman Gyro, Rick Fury. Next up, I've got Devlin with Community Outcast.
Devlin, Community Outcast. And this one's for all the characters that have been forgotten at the present time. I represent for the jobless that have been made redundant, that I got 4 kids and don't know how to fund them. Ever since the wife and the husband both lost their jobs at the office in London, now they feel financially trapped at a lock with the rats in a dingy old dungeon. Take this young father or two, signing on and the government says that his family are sponges. He's like, damn man, we ain't got a penny or a pound, let alone money for milk and nappies and trainers and jumpers. He got taken off Sykes, it's cheaper to pay Europeans to labour in numbers. How's he gonna take care of his youngers? I represent for the people, let down by a nation and left in the streets where it's evil. Little kids surrounded by knives and heavy with needles. I represent for the people, let down by a nation and left in the streets where it's evil. Community outcasts, cold, tired and feeble. I represent for the homeless, let down by a nation more interested in war and invasion when children are sleeping at railway stations. No home or money, they wish they could phone their mummy to put a hot meal in their tummy. So at night when the temperature drops, I'm asking you, remember what you've got. These kids go home to a cardboard box. They're the sole survivors, warming their hands with a flickering flame in the lighters. All their life they've been frightened, walk the streets with their heads down, knowing deep down inside that they've really been let down by a country that's crippled. And I thought mankind was supposed to be civil. I represent for the people, let down by a nation and left in the streets where it's evil. Little kids surrounded by knives and heroin needles. I represent for the people, let down by a nation and left in the streets where it's evil. Community outcasts, cold, tired and feeble. I represent single mums, all alone on their own, trying to put food in a mouth for the 2 sons. And the father's gone, there's no cash flow, lack of income, but that's just the way it is. She counts 15 needles, pushing her pram on the way to the lift. This is where Brown said it's safe to live and raise kids. She finds a way out of the block, with 2 kids in a pram and a rip and a stain on the top. She goes to sign on just to maintain the little she's got. For her kids' sake, they'll never see a decent life, but they can dream in their sleep tonight. They've been hung out and left to dry. The kids are in bed, mum's left to cry. I represent for the people, let down by a nation and left in the streets where it's evil. Little kids surrounded by knives and heroin needles. I represent for the people, let down by a nation and left in the streets where it's evil. Community outcasts, cold, tired and feeble. I represent for the old folk that live alone, no family or kids at home, and all he wants is someone to speak to, but nobody thinks to phone. Sits at home in the dark, no electric. Since his wife passed, he can't accept it. He feels isolated, neglected, and now his council flat's infested. So he goes to the shop for his papers with his stick and he falls in the mud. The people around him all pulled him up, but to him that's just a reminder. He's old and he's weak with no one to love. I see clouds up above, another bad day in a diary. An old man, one of many killed by society, strangled quietly. I represent for the people, let down by a nation and left in the streets where it's evil. Little kids surrounded by knives and heroin needles. I represent for the people, let down by a nation and left in the streets where it's evil. Community outcasts, cold, tired and feeble. I represent for the people, let down by a nation and left in the streets where it's evil. Little kids surrounded by knives and heroin needles. I represent for the people, let down by a nation and left in the streets where it's evil. Community outcasts, cold, tired and feeble.
Cush.
Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Your systems are offline.
This is your radio. This is your station.
Hear me now.
TS1 Reggae Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time!
That was Devlin with Community Outcast, and that concludes the UK side of things. What got us into the UK rap scene and the music and stuff. Big up Cy Smithson, Gillimanjaro, Rick Fury, Producer Rage, Peter Longstaff. So next up, for the last part of the show, I'm going to be playing the American side of things that I grew up on. I've been listening to this sort of music since I was like 8-9-year-old through my uncles and stuff. So this first track is Cypress Hill with Insane in the Membrane.
Were you trying to get crazy with this, eh? Don't you know I'm loco?
I'm thinking it's all over when I go out drinking. Oh, making my mind slow. That's why I don't fuck with the big 4-0, bro. I got to maintain, cause a nigga like me is going insane. Insane in the membrane. Insane in the membrane. Insane in the membrane. Insane in the membrane. I don't take a dulo lightly. Just jealous cause you can't outright me or kick that style. Wicked, wow. Happy face nigga never seen me smile. Rip that mainframe, I'll explain. A nigga like me is going insane. Insane in the membrane. Insane in the brain. Insane in the membrane. Insane in the brain. Insane in the membrane. Insane, got no brain. Insane in the membrane. Like Louis Armstrong, play the trumpet, I'll hit that bong and break you off something soon. I got to get my props, cops come and try to snatch my crops. These pigs wanna blow my house down, head underground to the next town. They get mad when they come to raid my pad and I'm out in the night loose dead. Yes, I'm the pirate pilot of this ship. If I dip with the ultraviolet dream, hide from the red light beam. Now do you believe in the unseen? Look, but don't make your eyes strain. A nigga like me is going insane. Insane in the membrane. Insane in the brain. Insane in the membrane. Insane in the membrane. Insane, got no brain. Insane in the membrane. Insane in the brain. Insane in the brain. Insane in the brain.
Yeah, it's Fungi Ferg, and you're locked into the Danny Riley Rap Show on the Cush UK Takeover. Why, yoy?
So that was Cypress Hill with Insane in the Brain, off the Black Sunday album, which is a personal favourite of mine.